Kurt Angle, he gave an interview this week, and he revealed that he was offered the role of Matt Riddle's manager on Smackdown, and that he turned it down because he's trying to launch his own business. I think it's some kind of supplement or nutritional type business. He wants to see it succeed. He has to dedicate time to making it a success, and so he just felt that it would take up too much of his time and he couldn't do it. But he figured the idea behind it probably would have been that he would manage Riddle and that the two of them would eventually go on to have a match. Because in wrestling, there is no such thing as a final match. Even though we saw Kurt Angle lose. Look, if I lost to Baron Corbin at WrestleMania, I'd come back too. I'd come back for the fucking finger poke of doom. Just so I didn't have to retire knowing that Baron Corbin was my final opponent in a very uneventful match at WrestleMania. But see, the Kurt Angle of even 10 years ago. 10 years ago, he was still kind of broken down, but 10 years ago, the Kurt Angle of 15 years ago against Matt Riddle would have been an incredible match. But the Kurt Angle of today, I mean, for God's sakes, it pains me to watch the guy walk. He walks with a hunch. He can't even stand up straight. We don't need to be seeing that. Angle as Riddle's manager, though, what that tells me is that they really do have high hopes for Matt Riddle. I don't think they would put Kurt Angle as a manager, for just anyone. I take that as a good sign. Now, I don't think they would put Kurt Angle with just anybody given his stature if they were just going to bury the guy or not do anything with the guy or quickly lose interest in the guy. So that's a good sign. I only wish they had that same confidence, though, in Chad Gable and offered Angle the spot of being Gable's manager. That's what I would like to see. Because I don't think Riddle needs him. In fact, I know he doesn't. But imagine, Angle and Gable, and this goes back to when they did the thing with Angle and Jason Jordan, and a lot of people, myself included, felt that Gable would have been the better fit for that spot, the son of Kurt Angle. Because there are a lot of similarities between them, and certainly they certainly look more alike, I would say. But, I think about what they could do with Angle in the position as being Gable's manager, right? I mean, he approaches him, let's say, in the back. I've thought about this. He approaches him one day in the back after a frustrating string of losses, and he just laces into him. He just berates him over his lack of confidence. You're an Olympian, damn it. What's the matter with you? You're Chad freaking Gable. What the hell are you wearing? He mocks his attire. He gets him to drop the Space Jam outfit and the Shorty G name. And then we're off to the races with a renewed Chad Gable push with Kurt Angle as something of a coach. I wouldn't even call him a manager. He would be like his coach. Like Arn Anderson is Cody's coach in AEW. Only here you would have two Olympic wrestlers, so the coach label kind of works better. That's a role that I could see Kurt Angle being and that I think he would do well in, and it would benefit the person that he is put with. Riddle does not need a manager. I don't look at Matt Riddle and think, boy, this guy needs somebody to talk for him. I know not everybody is a Matt Riddle fan, and you listen to him speak, and he just has a very distinct voice, I guess you would say. But he does not need somebody to do the talking for him. And he even said as much. Riddle did an interview this week. He was asked about it. He said, well, I heard that they wanted Kurt to be my manager, and Kurt said he couldn't do it because he was busy. But he said, look, I love Kurt, but I don't think I need somebody doing the talking for me. I don't need Kurt Angle. And he's right. He doesn't. Although managers can do more than just talk for their clients. It's not just about talking. Riddle does not need a manager. Jeff Hardy gave his version of what happened on TV this week. What happened the previous week on Smackdown. He said that when he arrived at the PC, something hit him over the back of the head, and the next thing he knew, he reeked of alcohol and he was being handcuffed. And he started to question himself. Did I really do this? Have I let down my wife and kids again, my two daughters? But then he went to the police station and he passed all of his sobriety tests. And a witness showed up and claimed that they saw somebody with red hair and a red beard running from the car, the rental car. Sheamus, of course, just happens to fit that description. So does Murphy, by the way, and Aleister Black, and probably a few other people who work in that company. This sounds like a very shoddy investigation if that's all the evidence they have to go on. I can't believe they didn't get the hacker involved here. I thought for sure the hacker would have some kind of involvement here. Maybe they still will. Maybe in the weeks to come, there'll be some kind of video that reveals it wasn't Sheamus. Maybe there's some big swerve. Maybe it was Ali, and Ali was wearing a red wig and a red beard, and he's just trying to get back on TV. If you read Ali's tweets, unless he's just working everybody, he doesn't seem very happy about the fact that he has been off television now doing nothing for months. We're all just kind of assuming that it's him because of the symbol on the hand, and, he's not being used, he's not injured at the moment, so who else could the hacker be? Well, you know what? If they want to swerve everybody, it could be somebody else that we're not thinking of. But maybe it is Ali, and he was disguised as Sheamus. And then he goes on to feud next with Jeff Hardy. Who knows? But Ali is getting very restless, and he's clearly, if you read his tweets, he's very upset that he is just sitting on his ass. He's ready to go to work, and they're just not using him, and they're not doing anything with him. And he's a talented guy. They should be doing something with him. That's why I hope he is part of this whole hacker thing, because if not him, then, then who? Maybe it was CM Punk wearing a disguise, since everybody seems to think CM Punk is coming back. They just can't give up the ghost on that one. CM Punk and Jeff Hardy have a history. Maybe CM Punk dressed up in a disguise. Wouldn't be the first time he showed up to a wrestling show with a disguise on.